Hey, what's him? I'll be doing a video on buying and selling. Excuse me, buying and selling. Yeah, selling tritium, which is, as everyone knows, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's fuel that fleet carriers use. It's the fuel that fleet carriers use. So if you've ever been on someone's fleet carrier and it says donate tritium, that's what it's saying. So I'm hoping I'm in my Type 9. I've got 720. Now what I'm hoping is to be making about. So what I'm essentially going to do is I'll show you the system. Come on, hyperspace also. So I'm going to a system called tritium and going to be selling it Playaha. And essentially, I'm going to be buying it, selling it for more than I'm buying it, is my hope, anyways. And it'll be curious to see. So, I estimate my profits to be probably, any 22 million to, like, 20 to 23 million profit. I'll probably sell it for about 50 to 53 million, but I'm hoping that the profit will be about 20 to 22 million. Now, at 22 million in an hour, so, and these two systems are relatively close to each other, so in about an hour's worth time, you can make about 140, 150 million in an hour. So essentially in an hour, making 150 million in 2 hours is 300 million. 600 million in 4 hours. So in about about 8 hours, you could have a million or a billion in about 8 hours of doing this. Now, mind you, who would want to sit there and fly back and forth and sell shit for 8 hours, right? Well, me personally, I'm getting closer and closer to be able to buy my vet. So, me personally, I probably wouldn't do it for 8 hours. I mean, I would if I didn't have anything to do, but I have stuff later on this afternoon that I need to do. So, man, I'll probably stream until I have to leave. And so, guys, well, let's see how profitable this is, I guess. I will stop ranting on. Or rattling, whatever term you want to use. But yeah, let's get to it. So I've got 5 more jumps. And guys, just so you know, I came from Shinrata. And even in a Type 9, with no engineering to the FSD, this was only an 8, only 8 jumps for me. And I'm in a Type 9, guys. It's a big ship, so it doesn't get very good jump distance. I'll show you. Where the hell do I see jump distance? Ah, there we go. So as you can see, my jump distance unladen is 21.64 light years. Now, laden, it's like 12. That's why it's key that you guys can, if you choose to do these two systems, that's why it's key for you guys to sell to Playaha, because because otherwise it's going to take you forever, guys. Now, to be honest, do I know how many jumps it is between Playaha and tritium? No, but I will find out as soon as I get there. 4 jumps. Probably less than that, actually. This jump will probably reduce it to 2,
Frameshift drive charging.
Now, mind you guys, I will show you. I have about 67 million right now. That was after buying the Type 9. Because I don't have, I've never had a Type 9. Well, I have, but I've never really used them extensively. But if this works, I'll use this pretty extensively. Like, when I get off, I'll dock back into
Warning, temperature critical.
This will be interesting to see how well this goes, I guess.
Frameshift drive charging.
So it's 2 jumps. So this jump and then to 2-2.
4, 3, 2, 1. System scan complete.
Now when you get to 2-2, you'll want to make sure to go to, I believe it's Fallows Dock? I believe? Fallows Hub, sorry, not dock. Hub is where you guys will want to go.
4, 3,
because I think that's the station system big enough to hold the large medium ships. Okay. So I always, there we go, Fallows Hub. Okay, so I guess there's a couple hubs here, but I think Fallows is the only one that sells tritium, I believe. I could be wrong. Now, if y'all find like a different couple systems that are closer to you, just look for systems if you want to, if you don't like, if you're way out there and you don't want to make the jump all the way to 2-2 or whatever, just find a system that sells tritium for fairly cheap, and then find a system close by that will buy it for a higher price, if that makes sense. Anyways, guys, yeah, so we'll see how profitable this is. Now, mind you, I've never done anything like this before. I'll show you my, as you can see, I've done trade. Let's go into my codex here. As you can see, I've made 1 billion credits from trading profit. Now, that was actually just like wing trade missions and a few trade missions I did by myself, and yeah, that was way back when Void Ulp was sold for quite a bit a ton. Jeez, the Type 9s really are like flying school buses. Now, mind you guys, I am not the greatest at landing, and I will admit it. So I use a advanced docking computer. It makes it so much easier it is to dock. Yes, it is annoying because you have to wait for the flight controller to dock. I use it mostly for when I go to the hexagonal shaped, like the sphere shaped stations, because for the life of me, I can never find them. Unless I warp in right a short distance from the mail slot, for the life of me, I can never, ever find the damn mail slot. Or if I do, it takes me like 30 minutes to find it. Like, not even joking, guys. With these stations, they're pretty straightforward. You know, they're pretty straightforward where the mail slot is. It's by the big ass ring. And then same with stations like Jameson Memorial. The station, the mail slot is pretty easy to find there too. But it's those damn sphere-shaped stations that always get me. I can never find the mail slot, so I prefer using an advanced docking computer, just because then I don't have to bother finding the mail slot. It does it for me, and it does it with precision.
Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
Fuel, air,
Landing successful.
as you
Docking
guys saw.
restraints engaged.
Start
Report to station
services.
services for more information, Commander.
Commodity. Now, see how it's a refinery commodity? So now we just have to find tritium. Titanium? What the hell? I thought this system sold tritium. What the hell? This system is supposed to sell tritium. What the hell? Oh, there it is. I was like, what the hell? This system's supposed to... It's a bit down on the galactic average. Here anyways. But it's not too bad. So, what you want to do is you want your cargo hold. So I spent 38 million, so roughly 39 million. Now,
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
let's just hope that we can make a profit off this, otherwise I'm going to severely put a dent in my cash. So anyways, now auto launch. That's another thing though about the advanced docking computer, guys, is it also allows you to auto launch. Now, thankfully for this video, I went ahead and bookmarked Kohala,
Retracted.
just so I don't have to try to take time to find it. Now, plot route. So it's about 5 jumps. With being fully laden, it's about 5 jumps without an engineered FSD. Now, sure, guys, if I could pull the engineered FSD off my Conda and use that, but even then, that wouldn't reduce the jump distance by much. And yes, if you guys are wondering, yes, I did long range my FSD, but it's the fact that you're carrying so much cargo.
Scan detected.
I always try and get out from Aslock. Especially when you're in open, guys. I would recommend, until you build up a decent amount of cash, I would recommend doing this in private. Just because then you don't have commanders that decide to put on a manifest scanner hassling you for that 720 tons of tritium. Because, as you know, it's a valuable commodity to the player base, because thanks to Frontier just giving out credits when the fleet carriers first launched, pretty much everyone and their cat and dog has a fleet carrier. So if they see that you're carrying 720 tons of tritium, oh, and they're in a combat ship, oh, you best believe they're going to be telling you to dump your hold, or they'll destroy you and pick out the tritium out of your wreckage. So until you build up a decent amount of money, really until you're satisfactory with the amount of money you've made, I would recommend doing it in private, because then at that point you really only have to deal with maybe a pirate or two. And a lot of the times with pirates, they don't start firing on you right away. So a lot of times if you just submit, your FSD cools down like that almost immediately, and then you move away, put full pips to shield systems just in case they start firing, and then jump to super cruise again. But thankfully I don't, until I get into damn, I can't even say it. Until I get into where I'm going, the system I'm going to, I don't have to particularly worry about pirates, because I'm not, as you can be able to tell, I'm not in system more than 10 seconds. And a lot of times pirates don't even have time to interdict you in that amount of time. I mean, sometimes they do, but most of the time they don't. So most of the time they'll scan you to see what kind of car, they'll see your ship, they have to get caught up, and by the time they get to where you're at, you're already jumping to the next system. Now mind you, the 5 jumps is with the fastest route plotted. Now, depending on where I'm going, I'll tell you what station to go to too. So that way you know where to go sell, if you choose to do it this way. So it's Vaughn, I'll probably butcher this, Bahia Dock? Now, as a word of advice to you guys, do be careful to try to watch the amount of heat damage you take, because do remember that if you're taking enough heat damage, your cargo hatch could potentially malfunction, and then there goes 38 million credits. So do be careful with flying too close to the sun and Type 9s. The reason I say it's the best to submit, unless you're a damn good pilot, these things are almost damn near impossible to even beat an NPC interdiction, let alone a player interdiction. And a lot of times it's better to, with NPCs, it's better to submit, and while they're scanning you, boost out of their range and take it from someone who has ran lots of cargo missions and been interdicted by a Type 9 and been interdicted by pirates plenty of times. It's best to submit, and while they're in the process of scanning you, you can boost away and go super cruise. Start up your FSD right away as soon as possible. But where you're able to take a little bit more fire. So it's the only big dock in there. And it's not too bad. It's what, like 461 light years away? That's not too bad. And yes, guys, I use Super Cruise Assist. It's mostly so I can sit here tritium for. Hopefully I make some money back. Hopefully it's not a complete bust where I lose more than I sell it for less than I paid for it, hopefully. But I doubt it'll be that way because it's tritium. It's a really valuable resource to players, especially. Now, as far as I know, there is no NPC fleet carriers, as far as I know. I think selling tritium to stations is more meant to benefit the player base rather than the NPC base computer. Now, it'll be curious to see because there are other videos of this out there, guys, but they don't ever show you how much they buy the tritium for. They just say, oh, go buy it. They don't tell you how much that they buy it for. I actually show you how much I paid for it versus how much I'm going to be selling it for. Now, like I said, I do have a plan B in the event that this is a bust. So the video I watched was 6 months ago. And I don't know if they've made an update since that nerfed selling of tritium. Tritium, however you pronounce it. But, we'll see, I guess, here in a few, huh?
Approval granted. Please make your way to landing pad 17. Clear for automated approach, Commander.
You know, funny thing is I've always wondered. I wonder if flight controllers sit there and think when you give them the controls to auto dock. I wonder if the flight controller sits there and thinks, "Oh God, not another. Have to dock another Type 9. Oh God." I wonder if they think that. It'd be kind of funny if they did.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright guys, the moment of truth. Starport services.
Touchdown confirmed. You may alight when ready. We trust this facility will serve you well, Commander.
Industrial commodity market. Sell. Okay, so I'm making profit off it. Question is, how much of a profit? Okay, guys, I literally made like a 2 million profit. So this is, I just wanted to see if this was going to be profitable, so that way you guys could see for yourself if this was profitable or not. Now, mind you, don't get me wrong, tritium is still very profitable, as you can see, if you go out and mine it. But me personally, I hate mining. So I always try to find ways to... Oh, that's gonna kill my budget. Okay, guys, so as you saw, I bought it for 38 million and I only sold it for 40 million. So definitely not profitable. Now, does that mean that there's not profitable methods of making money out there? No. That does not mean that there's not profitable ways of making money. At least I did not lose money on that. I would much rather lose a little bit of money, or not lose a little bit of money. I'd much rather gain a little bit of money rather than it come here, go sell it, and it says it only sells for 15 million, and I bought it for 38. That would be a huge loss. But at the same, that's all right, guys. Well, I gotta get going. I have to get going sooner than expected, so I will pick up where I left off after this, after I get back, whenever that will be. So it'll probably be later on tonight. Ah, damn it! Not what I wanted.